When you leave your body, you will continue learning in a non-physical classroom. Learning there will be accelerated because there is no time or space there to modulate the creative effects of thought. In your world, it takes time for thoughts to translate into visible effects. In non-physical dimensions, the translation process is automatic. For example, if you think I would like to go visit my friend Bob, you are instantly transported into Bob's living room. Your journey took no time and you traveled through no space. Some of you have experienced communication with beings of non-physical dimensions. Obviously, such communication takes place purely through thought. Interdimensional communication is difficult, but not impossible. With practice, your ability to reach beyond your limited space-time world will increase. Since learning is accelerated in the non-physical classrooms, many beings who leave their bodies master the ability to control their thoughts. They are therefore confident that they can re-enter the physical environment and demonstrate their mastery. Yet of the millions who try, only a handful are successful in demonstrating mastery in the dense physical environment. There is an easy way for you to understand this. Your science teaches you that when you leave the gravity of Earth's field, you become practically weightless and capable of performing athletic feats you would be unable to perform on Earth. Science also teaches you that as you leave the dense atmosphere of Earth, the aging process slows down. Many of the physical laws which pertain to Earth change as you leave Earth's environment. When you leave the body, a similar phenomena happens. You experience a creative freedom unknown on Earth, except perhaps in the dream state, when your attention is drawn inward and your bodily processes slow down. The dream state provides a good metaphor for the expansion of consciousness that occurs when the body is left behind. In your dreams, you create your reality quite recklessly. You kill and are killed, make love to all kinds of people, move through incredible danger, and have miraculous escapes. Few of you would ever attempt in your waking state what you attempt in the dream state. Non-physical experience is even more dramatic than the dream state. The creative possibilities are endless. Earth School then becomes an environment for testing the skills you develop in the non-physical classrooms attached to Earth. You can't graduate from Earth School until you have demonstrated your mastery of the curriculum. All beings know this, and so all are anxious to incarnate in physical bodies to demonstrate the fact that they have learned their lessons. Why do they have so much trouble? Let's go back to the metaphor of gravity. An athlete in a zero-gravity environment has no trouble jumping 15 feet high. He can even fly through the air. But bring him to Earth and he is pressed to jump 7 or 8 feet high, and he wouldn't seriously entertain the thought of flying. The dense conditions of physical experience are difficult to master. It takes time to develop physically. You start in the mother's womb, totally dependent on her. When you are born, you are physically helpless. You have to learn to feed yourself, to walk, talk, and manipulate your environment. Let's face it, for someone who has recently experienced a non-physical environment where the effects of thought are instantaneous, this is pure torture. In time, consciousness contracts and moves to more fully inhabit the physical body, thus shutting off awareness of other dimensions with their creative possibilities. Put simply, consciousness gets absorbed into the density of the physical environment. There it feels trapped and victimized. It does not remember its less limited state. It does not remember that it is not a body. In a few rare cases, consciousness does not fully contract when it enters the physical classroom. These people inhabit bodies yet still retain the memory of the non-physical dimension. They know that they are not limited to the body. They know that they are not the victim of other people's thoughts and actions. They know that they can create reality through the power of their thought. These people are master spiritual teachers. I was one among many of such teachers who incarnated in the physical level to help my brothers and sisters remember their true non-physical identity. Without the presence of these teachers, the density of the earth plane environment would overshadow the collective consciousness and block out most of the connection to spiritual knowledge. There have been times in human history when the earth experience has been dark indeed. You yourself call one of these times the Dark Ages. Another dark age closer to your experience was the first 2/3 of the 20th century. The time that you now inhabit the physical classroom is a time of transition. Technologically, you have the ability to destroy the physical environment many times over. Yet there is more light available on the planet now than there has been in any other time in history. If this is true, you may wonder why I have not joined you in this physical incarnation. Many of you expect me to come again in human form, but this will not be the case. My work here is almost over, and my physical presence with you now would only delay the transformation you are poised to make. By now, most of you should know the nature of this transformation. You are here to finally overcome your victimhood. You are here to accept your creative power to determine your own reality, and to help your brother embrace his creative power. You are ready to do this en masse, and I am here to help you do it. Through your non-physical communion with me and other teachers, you will learn to let go of the conditions that reinforce your suffering, and you will awaken to your own divinity. I need the help of each one of you to fulfill my mission here. It will be through you that my teaching is demonstrated in each moment. That is why the emphasis can no longer be on words which separate people. The emphasis must shift to the active demonstration of the principles of love and forgiveness. Your individual and collective attunement to non-physical reality is an essential step in the planetary transformation process. Were I to be present physically, the experience of the crucifixion would be repeated. If you look around, you will see that it is still a common occurrence for those who challenge the ideals of the status quo to be defamed, abused, and persecuted. The only way for this to be avoided is for you yourself to wake up. Do not condemn your brother to death, even though he opposes your most sacred beliefs. For to condemn him is to condemn me. Neither place him on a pedestal, even though you believe that he is impeccable, for no one is impeccable. No one lives without making mistakes. I too, dear brother, have made many mistakes. I have forsaken my brother and my God, and I have blamed both for abandoning me. Do not make me special. Do not make any of your brothers special. You are learning the same lessons. Learn to celebrate your equality with your brothers and sisters, for thereby you establish your equality with me. And when you regard me as an equal, our communication will greatly improve. Whenever you take your brother or sister into your heart, you open the door to me as well. There is no brother or sister who is not dear to me, for I see into the soul of both the criminal and his victim. I see both calling for love and acceptance, and I will not refuse them. Do not be shocked that I ask the same of you, who are my hands, my feet, and my voice in the world. Be patient and steadfast, my brother and sister. Our work will not be done until there are no more victimizers or victims. Our journey will not be over until we have accepted God's love for us and communicated that love to everyone in our experience. There are no exceptions to this. Everyone is to be embraced as he is, so that he may let go of his fear and his need to retaliate against others. To walk with me is to be a servant of God and man simultaneously. You serve man by showing him that God remembers him and cares about him. You bring him food and drink and solace in his suffering. You embrace him and allow him to lay his head on your shoulder. And you encourage him to weep because he feels abandoned by his parents, his children, his lovers, and by God. And as he weeps, you comfort him. For how long has it been since you too felt abandoned and shed gut-wrenching tears of sorrow and regret? That is the nature of the human experience. It is only appropriate that you should have compassion for your brother, for you share the same experience of suffering and you share the same release. When the lessons of equality are learned on Earth, the electromagnetic field of the planet